Alright guys, welcome back to the Train Man channel. In today's video, we'll be riding on the Endeavour train from here in Central across to Parramatta. Now we'll stop in Strathfield and Parramatta, and in case you're wondering, the quality might be a little bit worse because my phone is on 7%, so not enough to do the whole journey. So instead, I'm borrowing my travel companion's phone. So yeah, we'll see you on the train or when it arrives. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, this train to Bathurst is actually a Opal service, or at least I hope it is because we're using an Opal card to do it. I checked on the website, it actually is an Opal service, so let's hope I didn't misread it. Alright, so I did a bit of research on it, right? Because I'm bored out of my mind because it doesn't arrive for another 19 minutes and doesn't depart for another 46. Now, what I found is, it doesn't stop at Strathfield. So it just continues through all the way to Parramatta without stopping anywhere. Now that's what you call a real express, because it is crazy. Alright, I'm going to show you all the XPT, which is actually on platform 4. I'll try and get a good video clip, but there's people there monitoring. And I don't think it'll be as easy as the Explorer to have a look at before it left. But we'll try anyway. It's a Brisbane one, by the way. So not the one down in Melbourne, it's the Brisbane one. Alright, the guy says perfectly fine to get a clip. So here is the XPT. It is very beautiful. Here's a look at the whole thing. This one's going up to Brisbane. We'll be departing in half an hour. So I might be able to catch it leaving before my train, because it leaves in like 45 minutes my one, so it's pretty cool. It's 2014. I think that's the 14th one made then. So anyways, I'm going to head back over to the platform now. Alright, so here's the Endeavour arriving. So I just realised the difference between the two of them. The Explorer is blue on the bottom and then smooth gold up. This one is gold line and then blue side and top. So they're actually basically the same thing. You know, I was actually expecting the orangey yellow one is supposed to be a yellowy blue one. But we got this one instead. It's still pretty cool and very unique. So I'm glad I got it. Anyway, this one was getting on today. So yeah, it's a fun time. Oh god, there's stuff coming out of there. That's interesting. Alright, we're on now. Alright, so here, the headrests are pretty, honestly, they're not very plush, but they're alright. Now here is a yellow and blue aesthetic, and here's the seat itself. It's pretty average. Now it's kind of like the Explorer, but like 3 coupled together, then over here 2. Anyways, I'll get to my seat now. Alright, so here, we're now in our seat, and there is the XPT over there. We'll be departing in approximately 23 minutes for Bathurst at exactly 1500, which is 3 o'clock. Now, it shows the second page of locations, but the first page should pop up soon. We're getting off Parramatta. Alright, so the XPT train's now leaving. Everyone managed to get on at last second, so that's good. Now, it is actually heading up to Brisbane, like I believe it said in an earlier clip. So, it's the 240, is it 247 departure? I think it actually is. It's like a guy rocked up literally after departure time, but since they were talking at the door, he managed to get in. So yeah, I was pretty lucky. But anyways, if you look over there, the XPT is now driving off to Brisbane. That is the journey I'll do like in 3 or 4 years from now, if they still run the route. So I'll see you when our train departs, which is in 12 minutes. Alright, 1 minute to go. Staying clear, doors closing. We are now departing. I'm so excited for this. Oh look, you see the doors closing there. And they've just shut. Let's go off. Well, not to Bathurst, to Parramatta, but the train's off to Bathurst. So that's exciting. There's this little ring. That means we can go. The train feels similar to an Explorer, but the seats are a bit lower down, and then the sound is a lot quieter than the Explorer train. Because like the engine, I think it's at the back, I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, here we are pulling out of beautiful Central Station across to Parramatta. Let's go. It's said to only take 21 minutes. Let's see if it actually happens. Which is kind of funny because the train I was on earlier, the VSET train, actually when you got off at Strathfield, it was supposed to arrive at the 21st minute. It ended up arriving at like the 30th minute, so kind of funny how that works. But anyways, we're heading out now, and I think that's the VSET over there. That's pretty cool. Oh my goodness gracious, it actually is. Didn't think I'd see another one of them. Or it might be a K-set. No, it's a V-set. It is a V-set. That's cool. Alright, off to Parramatta we go. The seats are pretty good. I'm going to try out the headrest and tell you what I think. And there's an Oscar train pulling in now. You'll see it when it gets past that building. Let's hope it gets past the building before we do. And there it is. You got to get a little glimpse of the Oscar train. You should be able to see it back as well when we get past this. It's very creaky though. And there it is. That's the Oscar train. We'll see you along the journey at certain points. Alright. This feels like deja vu because we're rolling through Redfern again. I promise you this is the next video over. This isn't the same video as before. Because look, there's a train here now, so... Anyways, after Strathfield you'll have completely new content. So I might hold off on filming until we pass through Strathfield. Because yes, like I said before, we're not stopping at Strathfield, which is unusual. So, but it is an express train, so it makes sense I guess. Alright, here's the view from the door. We're arriving in about 10 minutes, so better make the toilet review quick. Right, the toilet's broken by. Look, a toilet, a sink, cool. Alright, I think we passed Strathfield now. I wouldn't know because I was too busy giving a toilet review. But even if we're not, this looks unfamiliar to me. So, oh look, there's a playground. You can't really see it, but it's right there. Anyways, we only have about 8 minutes till arrival in Parramatta, so, 9 minutes, so we'll see you further along. Alright, we're passing through Flemington. There's a train in the way so you can't quite see. I'll try and get a shot back. You can kind of see it. Alright, let's continue onwards. Alright, so kind of like most trains, this one goes back and forth with the seats. So that's pretty good. You wouldn't think on a regional like this, but you actually can. Speaking of, you can actually use your Opal card all the way from Central to Lithgow, but if you go any further, you have to pay with money. So, if I were you, in order to get the best deal possible, if you're going further than Lithgow, set your start location as Lithgow, and then set your end location to where you're going to go, right? Because if you do that, it will cost you the least. And since Lithgow's in the Opal zone, you might as well do that anyway, so... Fun tips and tricks of Trainman. Right, we're now passing through Lidcombe. There's another train on the other side there. That is has a Millennium M set, which is the one that we actually went on earlier, like in this series. Now, this is the final part of the series. So, in case you're wondering if there's any more parts, well, there's your answer. This is the final part. So, in case you're wondering, and you forgot, or you're just wondering and you didn't see from earlier, the train only has 2 carriages, so it's a very small train compared to the other ones we've been on, but it is still pretty cool. I love railways. I mean, that should be obvious by my videos, plus my name Trainman, but it's genuinely really cool, and if you make trips like this, you'll really enjoy it. Now, the station we're going to pass through now is Auburn. Alright, we're now passing through Auburn. We must be close now. I mean, we're supposed to arrive there in literally like 4 or 5 minutes. So, I wish the journey was longer, but you know what? It's good for what it is. So, and here in the depot is, I'm pretty sure, a Tangara set? No, it wouldn't be Tangara, it'd be the other one. It would be, I don't know the name, but maybe we have Millennium M set, so here we are. anyways, continuing onwards towards Parramatta, and here's the full depot right here. Get a nice view here. So, I'm looking over MSET. They're haunting me today. Alright, so we're now going through Harris Park. Next up is Parramatta. It has to be. So anyways, we're now getting close, and I may remind you again, if you're doing this journey like me, it's actually an Opal card cost. I was going to say $0, but Opal card cost, obviously. But if you've already reached your daily limit, then it's actually free. But if not, then obviously it costs what the Opal card costs. For adults, probably the maximum. For kids, probably not. So, anyways, and for seniors, probably the maximum. Oh yeah, probably for all ages, be the maximum cost. Anyways, we're now pulling into Parramatta. Alright, we're now getting off. If you did enjoy Smash Up, subscribe. I'll see you on this one. Goodbye. Big gap. Right, doors are now closing. Please stand clear. Right, doors are shut. The guard is getting in this carriage. And now, it is departing. Some smoke on top there. Bye. Anyways, like I said before, if you did enjoy, smash like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.